How you doing? Today, I just want to do a bit of a video and explaining to people who are possibly taking on rescue dogs or any dog maybe had some trauma in their life, a few things that are going to make your life easier and some things to avoid when you take on these dogs. Number one thing I would say is try and go by the sort of 3-3-3 rule that you hear about, which is 3 days to let the dog decompress at your house, 3 weeks to settle in, and then another 3 months to build trust with your dog and learn to understand your dog. Look, and this may take less, but essentially, even if you don't remember the 3-3 rule, it doesn't matter. Just remember to slow things down when you get a new dog, okay? So it's very simple. And I would say probably common mistakes people do with new dogs, whether they're a rescue or not, is put them in environments they're not ready for. You've just got the dog and you take it away with you on a holiday, or you go downtown to a cafe, you don't actually understand the dog yet, and you put them in an environment they really maybe have a bad trauma with or a history and you didn't know of, and the dog reacts. So we need to really take the time to learn to understand the dog, to build trust with it, how to handle the dog, and really learn its personality. Now this is Pippa. You can see how soft Pippa is as a dog. She's very sweet, but she's definitely got some trauma from previous things, and now no one knows exactly what happened, but you can see she's a nervous dog. So this is a classic sort of example of a rescue dog sort of personality. Now on top of that, what I would say to you is the most common mistake I see people do with rescue dogs is the too much love and too many excuses for the dog. Because you get a dog that's had some trauma and we allow them to do anything and anything they want, and we aren't helping the dog. We really have to hit the reset button. Now it's not about just being cruel to a dog and mean, but I'm saying we want to not overthink it when it comes to some things with dogs. Your job is to be their leader and look after them. For a dog like Pippa, classically, you need to step up and be the confident person in any situation to make a dog like her be able to relax. If you aren't a confident handler, you can't expect the dog to be relaxed. If they don't see confidence in you, they feel like they've got to take everything on, and that's how you get a nervous dog. So an example would be, just quickly, even if I was here and I have Pippa and someone comes walking over towards the dog and just doesn't ask to pat the dog, we need to get in a habit of getting our dog and managing that situation. A simple tip would be standing in front of your dog, telling the person to stop. Don't worry about saying hello, just say stop. And once you get them to stop, then you can explain the situation. It's a very simple one and it helps a lot, rather than being behind your dog and then saying stop when your dog's in front. We want to be their advocate. We want to step in front of them and take control of the situation. Now that is the same with dog meetings, everything involved in a new dog's life. They need to see you as that confident leader who keeps them safe. So in this video, we're also going to do a couple of dog sort of, not so much meetings with Pippa, but I want to show you how to interact with another dog, how to assess body language, how to see if possibly your rescue dog wants to meet another dog, because in the end, you aren't the one who decides, the dog is the one who decides. So I want to show you a technique on that, how we safely do that and assess whether Pippa is a risk of hurting the dog, or this fear is just from other trauma. Is she dog aggressive? Is she not dog aggressive? And we'll go to that as well, okay? So there are a couple of simple things to go by. Remember, let your dog settle into your household, get a bond with them before you ask anything of them, and truly get to know them before you put them in situations that you don't know their history and you don't know how they're going to react to that environment. Okay, guys, what I want to show you here is a couple of things. Firstly, assessing this dog, whether it wants to meet this dog, how to do a safe dog meeting. But on top of that, though, I would say this is not something I want you to focus on, going out public and meeting dogs. But they are going to meet them eventually. We want to know if they do like dogs. So I would tell anyone this advice, whether your dog's friendly or aggressive. When you're in public on lead dog meetings are always risky. Leads create tension with owners involved, and it's a weird sort of environment for a dog how to meet a dog. But like I say, we want to know if our dog wants to meet dogs. So first thing we're going to run over, though, let's go backtrack here. Let's talk about the scenario that we have a dog owner that doesn't ask, that sort of just walks their dog towards you, and what do you do in that situation? First thing is you've got to be confident and don't worry about offending anyone. You've got to think about keeping your dog safe. You don't have time to say hello to me if I just walk over. You've got to stop me. So I'm going to run you through this, is the fact that when I go to walk over, when she sees me coming, if you do, you're just going to put your hand up, you're going to get in front of your dog and you're going to tell me to stop. And that'll be your first thing. So if you're beside your dog first and they were running through the situation, I go to walk over, you pull your dog behind you, you hop in front, you tell me to stop.
Stop. Okay.
Then from there, she can explain why. And you might even go, sorry, I didn't mean to jump on you like that. And you explain why. And I go, oh, can I meet your dog? And then you'll talk me through yes or no or whatever you want to do from there. So I would get you to say, look, I'm not either comfortable with my dog meeting your dog, she's a rescue, I don't understand her very well yet, or yes. And it's up to you as a dog owner whether you do that. I would urge on the side of no. In the end, socialising for a dog, this is socialising. This here can be enough to go, oh, you saw a dog, that's all good. But you have the right as a dog owner to say no. Do not feel awkward doing that. Your job is to keep your dog safe. Can you see where instinctively this dog sort of stands comfortably, which is behind you? So that shows you that she may want to meet this dog, but there's no pulling towards this dog. So that tells me straight away, you might want to meet, but she's not overly excited about it. Let's say that you tell me and I go, oh, can my dog meet your dog? And you go, yes. You tell me yes, we're going to run through a situation and how we would safely do that. So what I would get you to do, I like that she's air scenting towards this dog. I would get you as an owner to tell me to just control my dog. Now, I don't do this with tension. I'm just going to control the front end because I don't want them to meet eye to eye. I want to assess whether this dog is a polite dog. Now, if she is polite, she will go to the back end, not the front end. She will want to meet this way. So let's see if she wants to do that. We'll bring her over. Ziggy, stay. Good job. No, chill. So Ziggy, good, isn't really enjoying her under there at all. And he doesn't have to like it. He wants to meet her. He just doesn't necessarily like that style of meeting. That is the only downfall with that. However, we need to do that because we don't want to become teeth to teeth. It can just be risky if you don't know a dog. Now, guys, I'm not saying if it's an obvious two friendly dogs, you can't meet them face to face. But when we've got a dog we don't know, we need to assess that. But now on the other side of it, we do the same thing. I want you to calmly hold her collar, just fingers through it. I'm just going to walk him around the back. Let's go, Ziggy. And I want to see if she'll let. So what you can do, Arcadia, is you can hold the collar and hold her back end against your leg, so she doesn't spin. Now she will spin a little bit because she's a little uncomfortable. Perfect. Now you can relax, and that's all it takes. 2 seconds. Now let them relax.
So do I just let her go?
Yep. Let her relax. We'll jump her off there. Good, but you can relax. So the jumping on top was only like a bad manner. Good job.
Good girl.
Good job. Relax your lead. So what we don't want is any tension in the meeting.
Okay, so keep the lead.
The only tension we had there was holding them still, and I know it's a little uncomfortable for dogs. She likes dogs. So we're going to let her relax a bit more now. Bring her over.
Pippa, good girl.
Good. Good girl. Hey, puppy. Good. Nice, relaxed leads. See this body language, everyone? This is what we're looking for. This is a friendly dog. She's a little rude, but see how she's dropping to the ground?
No, don't jump.
We don't want the jumping up. That is a training process later on. Don't worry about that now. What we're talking about right now, is this dog a friendly dog? 100%. She play bows, but we don't want the jumping on top. You don't want dogs jumping on dogs. That creates problems. Again, that's for another video. I would say don't allow that behaviour. But the sooner you can get tension out of these leads, the better. I have still, to this day, never done that and let two dogs meet and then they have a fight afterwards. So far, it's been foolproof. If they let each other sniff, even though Ziggy wasn't completely comfortable with it, he didn't have to be because it's a bit weird, me holding him still. But it's the safest way because they're not coming teeth to teeth.
So face to face is not a good way of doing it.
It's just not a great way to meet it unless you clearly know their body language is great and things like that. Let's face it, a lot of dogs can meet like that. But when we don't know a dog and we don't understand whether she's going to lunge, because dogs can be sneaky. They can walk up quietly, then go bang and snap. So that way just eliminates that risk, even though it makes the dog a little uncomfortable. It lets us know that he let her sniff, she let him sniff, tick the box, and they'll be fine. Drop the leads and let them walk around now. Because the truth is, the safest way for two dogs to meet is no humans involved, no leads involved. No resource guarding, no protecting, no tension on leads, nothing like that. and you let dogs interact how dogs interact, okay?
She sees dogs sometimes, being the Kelpie breed.
Yep.
She automatically drops to the ground.
Yeah, very
So she'll
normal working breed thing.
Okay, good.
Working dog
Yep.
thing. Kelpies particularly, a lot of Kelpie owners tell me their dog does it.
Yep.
Now, and she's really nice. She likes Ziggy a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see, now if she jumps on him, he might growl at her, and we
Yeah.
will let him do that.
Yeah.
He's a very good mentor dog. She's got really nice body language.
Yeah. She loves
Look at her.
playing.
He'll warn her, and he's allowed to,
Yep.
but he won't be over the top. He's a really good helper dog. This dog is a perfect dog to have her around because he will correct her.
Yes.
And he'll educate her that you can't jump on me. You see how he's not growling when she plays, but it's only when she jumps up?
Yeah.
He actually likes her. He never plays. He likes her, and he doesn't play much in daycare.
And she
so-
loves to play.
Yeah, she's good. So on top of that, with the sort of laying down and stalking mode when she meets a dog, for me that's very breed dependent too.
Yes.
If I saw some breeds do it, I wouldn't like it because it could be more of a prey mode, like a hunt and grab. In her sense, because she's not that style of dog, she's a Kelpie sort of dog, working dog. What's she crossed with again?
Husky.
Husky, yeah. She's more of a working line dog. It's more of a stalking mode to, whether it be, herding sheep or whatever.
Yeah.
So I always match the body language with what dog is doing it.
Yeah.
That's the important thing. But her doing it and her breed, I don't see a problem. To this day, I've never trained an aggressive Kelpie. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I still haven't trained an aggressive one yet. Okay? They're a lovely dog. The Husky in there might make her a little stubborn.
Yes, she is. Very cool.
But she's a great dog.
Okay.
So, small dog breed now. Now, I just want to say again, once you know dogs and you understand body language, let's be real, we don't always have to go through this process. This process is for when you're unsure and we want to assess a dog. So, very simply again, I'm going to hold this dog by the collar, you're going to allow her to come over.
Good girl. Gentle.
Good. And I like that she wants to sniff. A dog that wants to sniff is a dog who wants to get to know a dog, not dominate or fight a dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll come straight to the front. And that's perfect, long enough. You take her away, and then we do the same. You just sort of manage her a little
Oh,
bit.
sorry, darling.
Yep, best you can. I walk her over. Yep, that's all right. And she's obviously a little comfortable. Bring this dog to the back. Perfect. That's long enough. Relax.
Good
Good.
girl.
The sooner we get through that, Arcadia, and relax, you can totally relax with her.
Okay.
Yep, drop the lead.
Drop the lead.
The sooner we can get to a relaxed format,
Yep.
the tension goes out of the dogs.
Yes.
Whenever we hold them, let's be real, it creates a bit of...
Yeah.
But again, it's a necessary thing because it wants to keep them safe. It's a little bit awkward for the dog, but it keeps us safe. But I could tell straight away that she likes this dog, no problem at all. So here's a small dog. Let's get this camera on again. So tail, what we're looking for is that tail. It's high, but it's moving fast, so she's highly stimulated.
She loves playing.
She's very fast. Now, in this situation, for anyone who does, say, maybe own the little dog, and you went, does this little dog like this dog? How would we assess this situation? I'll show you what we do. I hold this lead, you take her away for a second. Hold her there, I let this dog go, and then you hold her there, and we see, free, let's go. And I see where this little one goes. If it runs back to the dog, it wants more interaction. If it avoids it, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then you let the lead go again. That sort of answers the question that this dog likes this dog.
Uh-huh.
Well, she
Yeah,
wouldn't have
that's
come
good.
near it again.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people think their dog running away from a dog is fun, but they're actually avoiding the dog. They're trying to get away, and we misread it.
Yeah, okay.
And you think, oh, they're running after each other. No, maybe this one's trying to get away.
Yeah.
So by doing that, it can answer that question if they want to keep interacting. Yeah? That was perfect. You are a very nice dog. Huh? Her issue is people.
Yes.
I can
yes.
tell even then how I talk to her.
Yeah.
She gets a little shy. But I believe she can work through that. And what she isn't is a dangerous dog. She is not dangerous at all. She's very sweet.
Hello, he's a good...
Going back over with the dog side of things, we need to slow things down. We need to control our meetings.
Yeah.
So we need to talk to people. Just, like I said, there's a category of obvious, and we know the two dogs together. Let's talk, two golden retrievers. One of the nicest dogs in the world. Well, you probably come face to face. However, if you don't know the dog and your dog's showing body language, remind everyone we need to understand it is up to your dog to meet the dog. We shouldn't go come on, come and meet this dog. I see it all the time.
Yep.
If your dog doesn't want to meet a dog, they should never be made to.
Exactly.
Someone comes in to meet your dog, you go stop, and that's with a dog or a person. So if you're over there and and pretend she's my dog, you go back a bit, and you come walking over just to pat her, I go stop, 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 stop.
Yep.
And then you'll get a response sometimes, I know dogs. And I go, well, you clearly don't know dogs because you wouldn't have walked up to my dog.
Yeah.
And you might go, I want to pat your dog.
Yeah.
How would we do that? I'd go, well, let's see if Pippa wants you to pat her. I'd get you to stand in a very neutral position,
Yep.
and I just let Pippa relax, and I see whether she wants to come up to you, whether she's interested in being patted, whether she's scared of you. She's not. Sign she's not scared of you, she's looking away from you.
Yep.
If I'm scared of something, I don't put my back to it. That's a dog that trusts you, and you can pat her no problem at all.
And and also one thing I've noticed when you, is
Not
it
on the
better
head.
to go underneath?
Yeah,
or just
not on the
their
head.
back?
And
Okay.
if I'm patting any new dog, if
Yep.
I'm the patter, if I trust the dog, I'm
Yep.
putting my finger through the collar and I'm just patting this way. I'm not yanking on this collar, I'm just controlling safety in case this dog turns. But more than anything, the body language she shows towards you is that trust body language.
Yep.
She walked up and put her back to you. She didn't have to stand and stare at you. If a dog does that to someone, it's like totally relaxed around them. It's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. I'm exposing my back to you. I don't care. I don't need to stare at you. But more than anything above this, it is the dog's decision, not your decision.
Yeah.
I can decide, yes, I want you to pat my dog if she wants to be patted.
Yes.
Okay? It is up to her. And again, there's more nuance to patting, safety, bending down, but I don't want to get sidetracked in this video.
No.
This is about a rescue dog,
Yep.
deciding whether it wants to be patted, whether a dog wants to meet a dog, having an off switch, working on a bit of recall, working on a bit of heel. Abide by those rules and you can go a long way with the dog. And primarily, don't put them in a situation where they don't want to be and get overwhelmed.
Yep.
Learn about your dog and take it slow and you'll be okay. But Pippa's a lovely dog. She's beautiful, she's a very safe dog, and I've no doubt she was going to find a long-term home and live a great life. Good job, Pippa. Well done.
deal.
Good.